can't kiss character, so you want them to be somewhat
whoa, that's a
looking,
good
right?
statement.
You
I've
can't
never
kiss
heard
character.
that
One
Wow.
of my
Put that on a
Xbox leader
banner.
said that,
That's phenomenal.
and it's so true, right?
But what's attractive to you is not attractive to me.
Yeah.
And what's attractive to Jemma might not be attractive to me. It's all about what... And God, I think, makes us that way on purpose. I just said this is old water. Because I don't empty my water bottle when I refill it. I just top it up every single time. And it's been about maybe 2 weeks.
You're
So
disgusting.
you never like.
But it's just water.
I think your saliva content
But it
is
doesn't,
outweighing
I
the
just-
water.
But you can
No
take like.
saliva goes back into the bottle.
That's what you think, though.
So you never.
Either way, it's my
you
saliva.
never rinse the bottle and refill it.
Look,
Uh-oh.
I do.
Once in a blue moon.
Look, how often are you meant to wash your water bottle?
Like
Once
every
a
time.
week.
Every time.
Once a week.
I said that
Nah.
so confident.
Gemma,
How
once a week.
often?
I like wash it all
Every
the
single
time.
day. Like if you go out and you come back home, you're
Yeah.
washing the bottle.
Probably. Only because I have kids.
You're such a good mom.
No, you know, like I will never drink from one of my child's drink bottles
Yeah,
because
forget
there's
your-
floaties in there.
Forget your kids' water bottles. Yes, you
kids-
should wash
kids-
that every
kids are
day.
disgusting. You should wash
Your
it every
water
day.
bottle, you're telling
Nah,
me
nah, nah.
you wash that
Okay.
all the time.
You have to at least rinse it.
Why?
what?
What's
Tip out the old water and put new water.
should
the
be
old?
drinking
There's
the
nothing
water.
wrong with the old water. Do you want to know what's even worse?
How often do you wash yours?
It's not water in here, it's cordial.
Your
So it just gets manicure as it just gets less diluted every single time.
I think we should stop this conversation right now. A red flag.
Wait,
Good start.
I'll wash it like if I know I've got a few days off work coming up, I'll make sure I wash it. But like I won't wash it.
So do you not drink water then?
Not that much. now
So
that I
you
think
always
about
have cordial in there.
it. I top it up sometimes.
I could not
It
tell you
starts
the last
tasting
time I
gross.
had cordial.
Neither could have I.
What?
But my mum randomly brought it into our house a few weeks ago and I'm just on it at the moment. Maybe that's why I'm always so thirsty. Maybe I've got
Yeah.
like old water poisoning or something.
Larissa.
Or maybe you should just drink water.
Maybe I should.
Wow. So how
That's
long
not
have
as
you had
fun.
that? Water cordial.
No, this
Can
water,
I taste it actually?
No, you can't taste it. Not after all this crap you've been giving me. This would be 2 weeks
Of constant
2
cordial?
weeks.
of just refilling it
Cordial.
with water.
Okay.
So like you'll
fine.
finish the cordial and then put water?
Yeah,
And it's like obviously
you still
it'll
get a little
taste
lingering
like-
cordial, but it's not that bad.
That is your sister-in-law.
Wow.
And
you
then
know what's
like,
crazy?
if I want cordial again, I'll just put cordial.
Your brother
no.
would
It's already got cordial.
Your brother would do the same thing. See?
You're right.
Now, do you want to be like him?
Well, I don't know that I see a problem with it because it's only me drinking from it.
Look, honestly, it's not that bad. Just
As
from
long as you're okay with it, you know?
I'm okay with it.
Well, then that's fine. Because like you said, you're the only one drinking.
I'll wash it tonight now that you've said something though.
the only
I'm feeling
thing
a bit self-conscious.
the only thing you should be washing constantly, I think, is the where you like drink
Yeah,
the
the
straw
lid.
part.
But bruh, it's just me.
But the thing is, don't you see like build up? Like I know if I'm wearing lip balm and I like use my
I
straw
don't
and it's like
I don't really put like if I'm taking I don't put anything on my lips really.
That's probably like, yeah, the main
aren't
thing.
you Aquaphor like
But like
I wash the lid.
I don't-
I rinse the bottle
and you wash the lid.
and I wash the lid.
I'm not gonna lie. I was
That's
gonna say
for,
I'm
like,
gonna start
my
washing my
bottles.
bottle more often, but I'm not.
But for my kids, I wash the whole thing.
yeah, wow. Yeah, I don't wash mine as often as I should. 1 week is like
Do you rinse it out though?
daily, no. I just refill it with water.
It's just water. Or in my case, cordial.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Jackson, where's your water?
Mine's not a Walla. Mine's Frank Green. I love
ASMR.
water.
water.
All right, so Why don't I just introduce since we've been talking for so long?
Kick us off.
Hey guys, if you haven't noticed already, there is 3 of us on here today. We're just going to have a fun, casual conversation. We'll see where it takes us. We haven't done one of these in a while.
No, we haven't.
I think we did one once before.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just see where this goes.
We had maybe like something rough planned, and then I feel like we said everything in the episode we just filmed with Jax on that episode that we were going to speak about now. So we were like, oh, what are we going to do? And then Jax was like, let's talk about
Boys.
she said, let's talk about boys. So
I think it'll be fun.
she thinks it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, and also I think the viewers will think it'll be fun.
Yeah, we're just going to have a fun chat about
Bit
boys.
of girl talk.
And it's a little bit awkward.
Why is that?
There's a boy
Because
in
there's
the
a
room.
boy in the room running the control desk. Is that what it's called?
Boy, can you show yourself?
All right, Jacqui, since you're the one
Yeah, you're the
married,
one-
you're the one who's been through life and this kind of area, right?
What about boys should we discuss?
Ooh. I mean, what are you looking for?
What should
in a
we
man.
what should we be looking for?
This is like our
What should you be looking for?
is this like our profile?
Yeah.
Like we're putting
Everyone's
out
got a list, right?
Yeah. For sure.
A mental list, yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, what is on that list, girls?
I'll start.
Yes, please.
Gemma looks like she's dying in the corner over there. What is on the list? Well, obviously, we have to start with they have to be a Christian.
Yes.
I think if you are a Christian, you should be looking for another Christian. And
Yes.
we've grown up and we've learnt, don't be unequally yoked. If you've got things in your life that you want to do for God, if you're with someone who doesn't want to do those things for God, chances are you're not going to do them.
100%.
So for me, serving God is a big part of my life. So him being a Christian and actively serving God is a big part for me. And then obviously there's more into that. Like they have to have a good spiritual walk as well. And they have to get along with my family and with Jax.
Yes.
They have to be attractive, obviously. We can't just leave that one out.
But I think like you yourself, like you'll know when that, like, do you know what I mean? Like I find my husband attractive, but doesn't mean everyone else
Attraction
finds.
is not, what's the word I'm looking for? Subjective, or is it objective? I get them confused all the time. Subjective and objective.
I've been out of school for a long time.
Subjective.
Help me out.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
think
sure it's
subjective is that it's not true for everyone, and then
Yes.
objective is that it is true for everyone. So
But
attraction
also-
and good looks is subjective.
You
I
can't
could-
kiss character, so you want them to be somewhat
Whoa, that's a
good-looking,
good
right?
you
statement. I've
can't
never
kiss
heard that
character.
before.
One
Wow.
of my young
Put
that on a
adults, leader,
banner.
said that,
That's phenomenal.
and it's so true, right?
But what's attractive to you is not attractive to me.
Yeah.
And what's attractive to Gemma might not be attractive to me. It's all about what... And God, I think, makes us that way on purpose because we all, I don't know, we can't all be going for the same people, right? That would be awkward.
That would be very awkward.
Very.
Gotta-
No, but I like what you said about them actively serving, because you can just like a Christian guy, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And yep, tick a box. But if they're not actively serving and you are actively serving, that's going to be a bit hard. And, when you're sort of trying to navigate what your life will look like in the future,
Yep.
you might just butt heads in the area. So yeah, I like that you said a guy who actively serves.
Do you have anything to add to that list, Jenny?
I feel like those would also be at the top of my list.
Yeah.
Anything to add to that?
You don't want someone who's lazy.
Whoa, yeah,
That
that's
was
a
on my
great
mind.
one. That is a good one. Yeah, no, laziness
hard
is a
worker.
big no.
Hard worker.
Yeah. Yeah, you just want to know that there's a goal in mind that someone's working towards. I
Yeah.
feel like it's got to be aspiring for something. not just be living like
Aspiration.
Yeah.
Another great one.
Yeah, don't live like day to day like a sloth, just like hoping
Just
for the
doing
next
whatever you
thing.
have to
Yeah.
do. Like there has to be
Yeah.
something that drives them.
Yeah.
I think even like for us as girls, that should be something that we're doing as well. Because sometimes I'll ask Jeremy like, oh, what did you like about me when you first met me or whatever? And he would say like, I like that, you know, you were working towards something, that you had a career ahead of you, like that you were hardworking.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So, yeah, it's good.
I
Goes
think
both ways.
it goes both ways for almost everything that we're going to say. Like,
100%.
you know, if you want someone that's, you know, has a strong relationship with God, then you need to have a strong relationship with God. If you want someone that's going to actively serve, you need to be actively serving.
Yeah.
Most things will go both ways, which is a really good point to make.
I don't really know. I have to think about it.
I think also, like, and it goes on being driven, they have to be able to provide for a family. I think that's a pretty big one. And it doesn't mean, like, in that sense that they have to be making bank. Like,
Yeah.
while that will be,
While
that won't hurt. Just kidding. You know, they have to be able to provide for the family that God will give them.
Yeah, 100%. Because more often than not, if you do get married and then God decides you to have kids, you know, there might be a point in time where, you know, your wife isn't working.
Yeah.
And there's only going to be one income. So, yeah, definitely being able to provide, and then I guess, like, be a good saver and plan ahead. That's also pretty important. It's good when the guy's good with money. And more often than not, it's usually the guy who's good with money and the girl likes to spend. Well, in my case.
You like to spend?
Yeah. So it's always good to, you know, have someone who
Balance
says,
you out.
Yeah, who balances you out. So, yeah.
That's good. What about Jeremy that we haven't mentioned? Did you find attractive, I guess? Anything else?
No, you've pretty much like talked to most of the points that I like about
that's
him,
good.
that I liked.
So you can't think of anything else you like about my brother?
Just
kidding.
I love everything. No, it's funny because, you know, when I first met him, I was not attracted to him or anything like that. Like, we just, we were friends. And then he came to preach at our church, and I was like, oh, he's really good at preaching, or like I really got something out of like what he was preaching, and I was like, oh wow, I think I like him now. So yeah, I don't know. He was just, you know, he was doing what God had told him to do, and he was using his talents and gifts for God, and that just turned a light switch on in my head, and I was like, wow, that's really admirable.
I think a lot of the times for girls, physical attraction comes after like attraction to character or to maybe personality, if you want to put them, you know, in separate boxes. Whereas I think for guys, and I'm not speaking on behalf of guys, but guys are very physically attracted, and sort of that's what they'll look at first, whereas a girl will sort of look more at, you know, their personality, their drive, and then from that they'll be like, oh, actually maybe he is kind of cute, sort of thing. So if you're a guy and you're ugly, have good character and you might be fine.
But don't be too ugly, you know, because we're still going to look at you every day.
Oh, that's hilarious.
What else? What about things like red flags to look out for in a guy? I think because sometimes you can be so caught up in your attraction to a guy that you might be blinded by some things.
Yeah,
You
I
might
think
miss some things.
like just even if we're talking about the things we already mentioned, like the opposite of those, like if you're not, like if they say they're a Christian, they're not serving, like I think that's a red flag. Maybe like, I don't know, childish behavior could be a red flag. What else could be a red flag? I don't know.
Controversial.
Yeah, that's very
You like the
controversial.
controversial.
Oh, I think a red flag, and it's not, I don't know how to measure it, but like a guy that's just always spending time out and like with his mates and not, I don't know. It depends like if you're dating the guy and if he's more interested in hanging out and having fun with his mates than with you. I feel like that's a red flag. I don't feel like I'm wording it very well though.
No, I think I get what you mean. Like, I think there definitely has to be a balance.
Yeah.
And when you start dating someone, there's a shift in your priorities, and you've got to balance that time, because you don't want to just push your friends out of your life because, like, hopefully and Lord willing, like, your partner or eventually will be friends with those people. So,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, just a balance between.
Yeah, like
but
a
also, if he's
balanced
just not
lifestyle.
wanting to spend time with you, then it's like, well, yeah, why don't you want to spend time? Do you actually really like me? Or
Yeah.
Even like spending time like with each other, like doing Bible studies with each other, I think would be really cool. Like so often you see, I don't know, even like within friendships, like you can just hang out and just talk about nothing and everything, but having like godly conversations, you feel comfortable to talk to them about God, I think would be a green flag.
Yeah. Someone
Yeah.
that you can have like deep and hard conversations
Yeah.
with.
yeah,
And not like feel like they're looking down on you or like, you know, shame or whatever. Yeah. It's a green flag.
and someone who encourages you, because you're not always going to be at a high in like your Christian life. You're going to go through trials and you're going to
Yeah.
ebb and flow. So you want someone who can, come alongside you and push you along when you can't yourself, or you're finding it hard to.
Yeah.
I think is a green flag.
I've heard, I've watched TikToks and they're always like,
Please don't source your information from TikTok.
no, I feel like it's a good point. And they're always like, don't, the man you're marrying isn't just your husband, he's the father of your children or something. And I don't know why, when I saw that, I was like, oh,
That's
like,
deep.
you got to pick someone that's going
very
to, like,
deep.
raise up their children, in the Lord, and, like, to be, I don't know, like, raising up children sounds so scary to me. So, like, you need to make sure that, the person you're with, number one, you guys are aligned in how you're going to do that.
Yeah.
And then that they're actually, I don't know, that you're both going to do it well, I guess.
Yeah. 100%.
How do you feel about that? You have kids now.
No, I think that's so true, and I think you can tell that from, like the way they treat you when you are dating. If you think about, one day you could have a daughter, you want someone who is going to treat them well. Is that guy treating you how they would treat their future daughter, kind of thing? And then you said about parenting well and like doing it together. Sometimes, in society, it's the woman's job that they have to raise the kids. Like even in a family that's, they've got a dad and a mum, and then the kids at home. But I think somebody who is actually actively going to raise kids with you, and I mean even in the practical things, just sharing that load. And obviously, like, if you're a stay-at-home mum, a lot of it is on you. So that's me in my situation. But I know that if there are times where, like, say tonight, like, I'm here with you girls on the podcast, I know I can rely on Jen to put our kids to bed, to feed them dinner. Like, he's not going to be like, what do I do? You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Shout out to Jeremy. He's a great dad.
He really is. Very hands-on, our kids. Love him.
You have to be. You'd go crazy without some kind of help.
Yeah, 100%. Like, when he comes home, I'm like, yeah, go to your dad.
Give me a break for 2 minutes.
And the kids are like, yay, dad.
Yeah.
They're probably sick of me yelling at them or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Jax, do you have any, I don't know, dating tips or, you know, talking to guys tips for us or anyone else?
I guess where you can, like, just based on like mine and Jeremy's experience when we first started out, because we were really just getting to know each other and we had just met each other. It was really helpful that we hung out with our friends as well. And then that later on definitely helped me, you know, transitioning into a new church. I mean, even though the guys were my friends first, like I still had those friendships that I could carry on into like married life, I guess, and into moving into a new church. So I think, yeah, like being friends with your friends is a good thing. Also, just involving your family. For a lot of our like dating, like you and your brother, you and Ryan were overseas, so we hung out with your parents a lot.
Crazy.
Which was actually really fun. I don't know if Jeremy enjoyed it, but it was really good for me because, you know, going into the next stage of our relationship, like getting engaged and then married, like it set me up to have a good relationship with my in-laws. And I do have the best in-laws. Like, I really can't say anything bad about them, and not everyone has that experience. So I think, you know, involving your families is a really good thing as well. And if your siblings are in the country, you know, hang out with them because they're going to be your siblings. Like,
Yeah.
I look at Ryan and Larissa like they're my brother and sister. So
That's big.
Yeah.
I know I feel like I missed out on yours and Jeremy's dating life. I feel like, I don't know, that part of just didn't happen for me. I just came back and they were engaged and I was like, oh yes, you can like.
I think we hung out like once or twice.
And I was like, oh yeah.
What? Was it ever awkward then? Not awkward, but like, oh, I don't really know you.
I
or
don't
do you feel
ever
like you
remember not being comfortable around Jax. I don't know. I was like, oh yeah.
I think that's also
I'm getting a
good
sister-in-law.
sign.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
feel
that is a good
comfortable.
sign.
Like there was never any like, I feel like there was never doubt in my mind. I was like, oh yeah, he's going to marry her. And
Yeah.
I've never felt anything other than very happy about it. So that's a good sign.
That's so cute. Oh.
Best friends.
Besties. So yeah, any girls coming into our family next, you've got to get in
Ooh.
the flow. So yeah,
That's so bad. We say
Why?
it all the
Are
time.
you tough?
we really do.
I don't.
No,
She let
I
you
think-
in smoothly, I
You,
think.
I don't even know how you got in. You were just,
I just like slid in. Like,
she was just in. Like there was
I
no,
was just there.
there was no like point of me ever saying like yes or no. It was always just like,
Wow.
That's
you must
why
have
I
been
don't
so
know.
good.
Well, I don't know.
I always say
I
like,
made it here, so
I can't say. I was gonna say. I always say like, my next sister-in-laws. I don't know. I just don't know how I could love another sister-in-law how I love Jacqui. Is that
I think we will.
no?
when
We
the
will.
Right one.
We will
comes.
when the right one comes. But like, I can't imagine having, I don't know, that same relationship with someone else.
Yeah, you can't replicate it.
No,
That's
of
why.
course not.
It would be different.
I like Jacqui too much.
Yeah.
I like you more.
If she gives me permission, I'll like the next one.
She needs your permission.
It's up to
I just always say that, like, I'll be number one.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
true.
I tell everyone that.
you
like,
have to
I
uphold
tell
that
everyone
title.
in the
You are.
family.
She is number one.
First in, what's the
Yeah.
saying?
First in,
First in,
best
best
dressed.
dressed. Yeah, exactly.
You literally are. I put you above me.
No.
Yeah.
Whoa, you're so
I
selfless.
said this the other day, and I was like, no, like, that's different. Like,
I
yeah.
would.
You're
She's
so
given
selfless.
my parents grandchildren. She's up there.
Yeah, but
She's
you also
surpassed
give your
me
kid,
and
your
Ryan
parents
now.
grandchildren.
Nah, but like,
That's different.
it's different.
Yeah, fair. It's their son. Is it different?
But I think it's just going to be different when their
Someone
daughter
else comes.
has a daughter.
Ah, nah.
Oh,
Like, you always just, she's not ever going to not be number one.
yeah.
That's nice.
But yeah. But I will always be, like, the number one.
But she's,
Yeah,
You're the number one.
Number one in-law.
Number one in-law. We'll give you that title.
Nice. What would Jeremy say, like, did we ask this question already? But what would he say is your best, or what did he find attractive about you? What was he looking for?
He said my eyes.
Your eyes. Nice.
What a weirdo. I don't know. We got to fact check that.
He has to listen to this to fact check it.
Yeah, so, I mean, when we initially met, this sounds bad, but, like, it was in the dark. As in, like, it was night, we were at a campsite, we were, like, talking
Her eyes
in a
were
group.
twinkling under the stars.
Yeah, so I don't know. He says that, but I like to think it's because I'm funny. I think that's my
That's another good one.
that's my best
Personality.
asset.
Yeah. Personality
up
is a
there.
major one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can't have a laugh, I'm out.
Yeah, you can't be serious 24/7.
Can't be.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You gotta have someone.
Gotta
you
have
can
a laugh.
with. Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love. That's
Guys love that
exactly
quote.
right.
Should have a sign around here.
We're gonna get a live, laugh, love.
Tell me more.
We will not.
We're gonna put it right here.
Ray's shaking his head.
I
It'll
think that's a
happen.
great idea.
That's fun.
Do you have any icks?
Me?
Do you have any icks about Jeremy?
Yeah, what does he do that just absolutely ticks you off?
This is bad. You should never embarrass your spouse
Oh,
or significant other. in
that's
public.
really good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
that's fair.
Good on you.
Sounds like you've done that a few times.
That's wow. That's a real lesson.
Jacqui, I have a red flag about you that I've observed. Yes. Your tests.
Yes.
But I love them.
For a laugh.
No, I love them. They're not red flags to
That's
me.
so
They're really
funny.
green, bright green flags. Tell everyone about your
Anyone
tests.
doesn't know, this was bad. This sounds bad. And I really just do it for a laugh, but I play like these tests on Jeremy and he just gets really frustrated.
Psychopath,
And like,
This is like the one thing I don't like about Jacqui, but it's also her best quality.
and sometimes he'll say, "Is this a test?" And I'm like, "No, I'm being serious."
The
Yeah,
fact that he
I'm-
has to ask is this a
I'm known
test?
for like playing little tests, but I'm doing it as a laugh. Like that's just my personality. That's how we tease each other. Like and he gives it back to me. I can
Yeah,
take
of
it.
course.
Got to be able to take a joke.
Very good.
So don't copy that, Jemma.
Don't copy
Don't-
the test. I
Don't
think it's
give
hilarious.
them tests.
Right? It's
It's
funny.
so
I feel like you need to keep them on their toes, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Treat him mean, keep him keen.
Treat
That
them
what they
mean,
say?
keep them keen.
I don't know if that works in marriage.
Hey,
but-
what do you think about the term flirt to convert?
Nah,
That is controversial again.
I'm not a fan of it because I think. But then again, I'm not saying that if they do get saved, that they can't lead you. But you don't want to be the one who's leading them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also think on that topic, you don't want them to be going into something like Christianity just because they want you.
Yes.
Like, you want that to be a genuine commitment. You want that to be a genuine decision. It shouldn't just be like, oh, you're a Christian. Fine, I'll be a Christian too. We can be Christians together and live happily ever after. So,
But I also think, it's not wrong to invite your friends. of
no,
the opposite sex,
definitely invite your
church.
friends.
And if you do get together, praise God. Once they're saved.
But your
But-
intention shouldn't be, oh, I'm
Yeah,
going to
you're-
get this guy
exactly.
saved so that I can marry him.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah, it's all the intention.
Yeah.
If you're bringing a guy to church, there's nothing wrong with that. And
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. What else I was going to say there? What other
Crazy.
advice do you have, Jacqui?
Any last tips?
Just be prayerful about it. I don't know if you girls do this, or I used to do it when I was younger, and I probably still should do it now. I mean, I still do it now, but it's different now because I have a spouse. But, pray for that future husband.
Yeah.
Or pray for that future wife if you're a guy watching this. And if God's put that desire in your heart to be married, it's a good thing. And I'm not saying that, I hate saying it's going to happen, but you just got to trust God with that desire, whatever the outcome. But I don't think it's wrong, to start praying for that specific person, wherever they are. Obviously,
sure.
you're not going to know their name and all that, but just, give that person to God.
Mm.
And then in turn, ask God that He'll prepare you for
Yeah.
that person.
Yeah, we
That's good.
speak a lot about like what we are looking for, but make sure you're also being that person for the spouse that
Yeah,
the
of
Lord's going to bring
course.
to you. Like we said earlier, it works both ways. So yeah, allow God to work in you, and that right person will come, and you will complement each other. Yeah. Any closing thoughts?
Nah,
No?
that was fun.
That was fun. All right. Thanks for listening in, guys. We hope you enjoyed this bit of a random conversation, but I'm sure, I guess, a lot of maybe younger girls would be, I don't know, pondering on things like that. But just, keep praying, pursuing the Lord, and just trust that His will be done in your life. And once again, we thank you for listening. Thank you, Jacqui, for coming on again.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you leave some comments, maybe some other suggestions that you guys would like to hear us discuss. And we'll see you on our next episode. Bye.
See ya.